What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing, and I just finished up watching Zhilei Zhang versus Joseph Parker, and this was a 12-rounder for the WBO Interim Heavyweight World Championship, and this fight was Friday, March 8th from the Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and this fight was broadcasted on DAZN pay-per-view, and in this fight, Joseph Parker was able to pull off the upset, defeating Zhilei Zhang via majority decision. So I agree with this fight, or I agree with the scorecards of this fight and what the judges had. I think the judges did an exceptional job in scoring this fight, and I thought that the scorecards all around were pretty good and showed really the variation that this fight could have had. They had it 113, 113 even, which I could see considering that there was two knockdowns and this fight was really close. I personally had it 114, 112 for Parker, and I did agree with one of the judges who also scored it 114, 112. And one of the other judges had it 115, 111 for Joseph Parker as well. So just to get into how I really saw this fight and what really went on, the early part of this fight was really all for Zhilei Zhang. I mean, he really kind of dictated the pace early on. The first round was a very good round for Zhang. He was walking down Parker. Parker didn't really have much in him in that round. Same with round number 2. Zhang landed a good check hook, was kind of just walking Parker down. Parker looked a little bit too weak, a little bit too small. Then in round number 3, a big left hand landed on the chin of Parker, dropping him. So going into the 4th, Parker was down 30-26 on really everyone's scorecard, most likely. Then in round number 4, or really after that, I gave Parker almost every single round, I'm going to be honest, besides round 8, and I'll get into why later. But, I mean, as soon as round 4 and 5 went on, Parker was just sort of just landing some decent shots. I mean, Zhang started to slow down a bit. Parker would capitalize, throw some fast combinations to the head and to the body, and he'd edge the rounds. And moving on further, like rounds number 6 and 7 as well, Parker started getting into a rhythm. Was closing the gap in the fight, making it very close, and just landing pity-patter shots on Zhang, and Zhang just wasn't really doing enough back. But going into the 8th round, I had the fight even 66-66 after Parker's 4 straight rounds I gave him, plus the knockdown, it was even. But then in the 8th, Zhilei Zhang, after he was not really having a great round, went forward on Parker, threw, I believe it was a hook to the temple of Parker really close up, and it didn't really look that intimidating of a shot at first, and Parker just went to his knees. I guess the shot really caught him on the equilibrium, caught him on his temple, messed up his balance, and Parker went down, and it was a clean knockdown. Nothing disputing that. So a 10-8 round there for Zhang to really put him back into the fight and put him ahead. But then Parker really needed to win every single round of this fight to really get it on the scorecards, and he did just that. Rounds 9 and 10. I mean, like, they were more close than some of the other rounds we saw, but Parker was just still doing a lot more than Zhang, I'm just going to be honest. And then rounds 11 and 12 were very easy to score for Parker. Zhang looked very, very tired, just like how he had in the Hrgovic fight, and he lost those rounds clearly. So that's why I had it 114-112 for Joseph Parker. And Zhang, he's been on the bad end of a decision, especially when he fought Filip Hrgovic. But this one, I think the judges got it right here in Saudi Arabia, and this goes into question. I mean, first, what is next for both? I mean, we could see a rematch here, considering that going into this fight, Zhang was the WBO interim champ, but independently, if I were to say anything besides a rematch, we could see Joseph Parker maybe take on, like, let's say Anthony Joshua wins the main event, we could see another fight between them. We could even see, a whole host of things. The heavyweight division is heating up on the undercard. We saw Justice Hooney, another sort of oceanic fighter that's rising up, a young kid. Who knows? I mean, we just have been seeing a lot of other heavyweights, like Frank Sanchez as well. He's highly ranked by the WBO. Maybe he gets a crack at this interim title to really solidify himself to fight one of the big guys. So, I mean, who knows? There's just a lot happening. But as for Zhilei Zhang independently, if he doesn't get a rematch, we could even see, like, let's say Francis Ngannou loses. Who knows? What if they can make an Ngannou fight with Zhang? What if Zhang could fight Wilder, who just lost to Joseph Parker in December? There's just a lot of fun fights that could be made either way for the winner or the loser. So overall, Joseph Parker gets dropped twice, but overall outworks and outboxes Zhilei Zhang to get a majority decision victory to get the upset and to become the new WBO interim champ. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.